Hey everybody, it's Onslaught here, bringing you another Disney Sorcerer's Arena video with Under the Radar Gaming. And this is going to be the first video of a new segment coming to you guys every Monday called the Monday Morning Grind. And the goal of this segment is just to provide a week-by-week update of the roster, of things that are going on in the game, and just kind of walk through the grind that we all share in this game, going through the dailies, going through all of the tournament battles, the arena battles, the updates, the farming, the refreshes in the stores, just the whole thing. So we all kind of put in that grind, and we all have a different way of doing it. And so I figured what a good way to touch base with you guys, with the player base, and just kind of give everybody a chance to see how the rosters have changed, see how your squad compares to my squad. And just to kind of have that conversation begin to engage in that discourse of what changes we've seen, what we've been working towards, what we plan on farming next, as well as just kind of go over some updates in the game. So the first thing that I want to touch base on is going to be changes that have been in the game itself. And about 4 days ago, we had a new update. It's not. I don't believe it's going to be in this news. Actually, I believe it's going to be. Right, it's not here. Yeah, that was the update that they made. So, if you're not in the Discord, I know I say this a lot. I say this in most of the videos that I'm making here. I really want to see you guys get in this Discord because there's a lot of updates. But on July 8th. We saw a pretty big update come through. Big announcement. There it is. A big announcement that was made. We're going to just kind of walk through it real quick. If you read through the content update and you saw that we got Hero Hamada and the Microbot Mania event, and you saw that there were Sorcerer's Trials coming, but you haven't really looked into it, the devs posted in this Discord under announcements, things that are going on. And so the first thing that we got to talk about is some of these spell changes, right? So, Wild Imagination, the heal block no longer affects all opponents. Instead, it applies to the primary target with a chance to apply to adjacent targets. Chance to apply heal block to adjacent target scales from Toy Story allies. Continuous damage no longer applies to all opponents. Now the primary target, and the spell applies fear to the primary target and has a chance to apply fear to adjacent targets based on Toy Story teammates. So, a lot of the changes that have started coming with spells, and this is not the first spell that's gotten reworked, as you'll see down in here, it is not going to be the last one that gets reworked, is we've started to see a lot of the spells get changed to focus primarily on that primary target. All right, when the game first came out, we had just kind of a lot of mediocre teams, a lot of mediocre characters. It was really just like Kingdom, and there wasn't a ton of punishing that was done for spells that just absolutely crushed the entire other team, right? Very quickly, we started to see that problem in spells like Peanut Pummel. That would affect everybody. In Golden Hammer, that would affect everybody. In Mufasa Spirit, that would affect everybody. And there started to be a big problem and a lot of complaints coming up from players because how am I supposed to compete against a team if they had the spell or if they just had their spell go off first? For instance, if you just landed Peanut Pummel and you got a blind on the entire other team, it was basically like skipping all of them. It wasn't basically. It was literally like skipping everybody else's turns. It might as well have been a stun. Not quite as good, obviously, because it can still apply a chance to do damage. But looking at Kingdom teams and teams that had high speed, it was causing a real runaway effect there. So lots of spell changes moving in. I like to see the changes. We'll see how they play out in the next couple weeks here with a meta changing. But I do like to see little bits and pieces and changes, especially things scaling from Toy Story allies, because this game has a very unique aspect in that the spells go with the teams and go with the individual characters. And so it gives players a little bit of that flavor if they want to play with it. It gives players a little bit more room to adjust and theory craft and things like that. So I would expect to see a lot more changes come to spells and things like this and abilities that hit everything. and see them focusing more on the primary target. For instance, I had mentioned in an earlier video characters such as like Big Bad Wolf, that when they get a crit, their crit is applied to everybody. In Hades, when they get a crit, their crit is applied to everybody. If things like that got out of hand, expecting to see the crit only apply, just like in this spell, to the primary target and possibly adjacent targets, or just the primary target in general. So nice to see Fear that gets added in there. That'll be a nice little change, and it just gives you a little bit more room to work with. So dad moves. There's a lot of discussion, a lot of griping and complaining, mostly for good reason, it sounded, with dad moves, in that inflicting a silence on all opponents was just absolutely brutal. Landing this spell the turn before most of your opponents are going to come off cooldown. You see a lot of your spells aren't doing anything too early on in the game. It takes them a little while to charge up. Most of the characters on your team and on the other team have already used all their specials and used all their abilities. But now you start to get characters who everything's coming off of the refresh, or they strategically keep their abilities up towards the end, and now you get a chance to hit this silence. And so obviously, if the only thing your opponent's team can do, or your team can do, is auto attack, you're in for a bad time. So I like to see that dad moves is only on the primary target with a chance to apply to adjacent, right? This is the same thing we saw with Wild Imagination. Chance increasing based on number of onward allies, again, keeping the synergy, keeping the flavor. And the spell now granting Ian and Barley unstoppable. So Manticore, Ian, Barley, those are the characters that we have from this Onward challenge. It doesn't seem like we're going to be getting any of the rest of that crew at any point, but I also, thinking back to the movie, can't really think of a whole lot of other characters that could get put in without it just being kind of strange. Like, I mean, you think about the movie like Inside Out. Inside Out easily has more characters that could be pushed in, but that's story for another video. Golden Hammer, big change now to Golden Hammer, and the biggest change that I like on this is it's only applied now to downtown heroes, right? If you were just getting into this game and you were looking to farm a team and you were trying to see, well, who should I be going for? What should I be doing? It was Kingdom Heroes. You wanted the Kingdom tag really, really badly. You knew that you needed downtown heroes for some of the events that came up, for some of the challenges, for some of the towers. You knew that you needed like Oceanic, but most of the other ones weren't as big as you just needed Kingdom Heroes because Shan Yu's ability, his leader ability, is so good. So as we start to shift some of these spells into that area and we start to make a push towards downtown heroes, I really like to see that diversity, because the more diverse you can make your meta, the more enjoyable it will be for players playing on a competitive level. And I even think for players who are just trying to find some fun and just kind of fool around in the game and just enjoy their characters, and they might not be looking for the most competitive experience. They're just trying to have a good time and just kind of, mix and match with some of their fun characters. I know my brother and his wife just got into the game, and they're just going and farming the characters that they want. Obviously, his wife Amber was mostly into it for the Frozen characters, because who doesn't want a Frozen team? So Undefeatable and Speed Meter Fill, like I said, now are only applied to Downtown Heroes. And it also grants Undefeatable to Downtown Heroes on a revive. So they changed the base rate, bonus charges being gained on teammates being defeated, right? So the biggest change that we see here is that it's just going specifically to Downtown Heroes. And I'm expecting that we're going to see fewer teams running the Golden Hammer. One of the things that consistently pushes a lot of developers to make changes to characters or changes to kits or changes to spells is the percentage of the meta that is using the ability. So if you scrolled through the top tournament teams and the top arena teams, and most of the spells that were there were Golden Hammer and then something else, you start to think, well, why is everybody running Golden Hammer? Is it just that much better than all of the other abilities? And we've all probably played games where developers are constantly fighting that battle to make it so that each of the spells has a specific unique function. It works specifically with one set of teams. while not pushing it so hard that the spell only works with that team. So I think we've taken, for some of these, I think we've taken a step perhaps too far into the like one kind of class category. So for instance, with the Downtown Heroes and Toy Story Heroes and Onward Heroes, maybe we're taking a step too far, because it really pushes you to want to like play essentially like a pre-built kit, right? You're like, oh, I want to play the Onward team, so like what spells do I get? It's like, well, Dad Moves only works with you, so you should get Dad Moves. But anyway, so Cauldron no longer charges while on the battlefield. It gives a speed boost for allies. They fixed that, the speed boost mechanic issues that they were having with theirs. So a little like small changes on the Cauldron. It's going to make an effect. I don't necessarily know how large that will be. This could be a change that does very little to nothing, and it could also be a change that makes it just completely unplayable. So some of the node changes, we have Rafiki in there, which I really like, and we have Simba now, which was formerly Darkwing Duck, and I really enjoy seeing the characters come to the nodes that are in the events, because players who are trying to farm within those events, it's nice to be able to have an area to farm at least the first two characters. So, for instance, the Incredibles event is very difficult because you can only farm Elastigirl. You can't farm any of the other characters. And so because you can't farm the other characters, you're stuck really grinding Elastigirl out and then hoping the event rolls around and picking everybody else up. Now, that isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a good thing. I just think a lot, like players get more of a benefit out of the ability to grind up other characters. We got Robin Hood, Ian, Barley, Rafiki, and Simba are now all added to the Ultimate chests. Robin Hood, Rafiki, and Ian added to campaign chests, and then people added to the Premium Exchange. And then the Mythical Sorcerer's Trial update. It's set up here, right? Sorcerer's Trials were coming. The Mythical Sorcerer's Trial update is going to look like this. So you're prepared, so you know in advance that these are the things that you're going to need. I think these charts are nice. It gives players an idea of what to look for. And as you can see, it's going to be mythical characters. Obviously, it's a Mythical Sorcerer's Trial update. For characters who are in that mythical tag, we'll jump over here so that you guys can take a look as we go into this collection here. Apologies, hold on one second. So let's take a look at mythical characters. Right. So I'm hurting for sure in this area because I haven't farmed up a lot of them. So at 3 stars with the most is I think I'm gonna be in trouble. Yeah. So I'm gonna be able to do that first one. Oh no. Because they gear tier 4 and star level 5. So I might be able to do, can I even do 2? I'd be able to do the second one. So I'll be able to do 1 and 2. But the mythical characters are tougher in that I think outside of, well, Manticore's starting to find a place on more teams. Hades is hit or miss. Olaf typically got dropped, but at least he was farmed a lot because you need him for Elsa. So, like, people are going to have him. I don't know. It's certainly going to be interesting, for sure. But those are the updates that are coming for the content update that was in on July 8th. So we're going to be seeing those things. If you haven't gotten your Hero Hamada yet, join the club. I've unlocked my Hero Hamada, but boy, oh boy, is it difficult to get that guy farmed up. So we're going to be continuing this Monday morning grind by just going after the grind now, diving into our dailies. We've completed our dungeon. I had to do it earlier to get my club quests. My club reset is at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm sure it is for everybody else. but that's just kind of where I've been. So, gonna be looking around at different things here. Thinking the characters I gotta farm up. I'm really trying to farm Elastigirl here, but get a couple more for her when I get that in. Bunch of people gave me energy too. Gabagool, thank you, Gabagool. Amaka, appreciate it. And Geppetto coming in clutch there. Appreciate it, appreciate it, appreciate it. Grabbing everything that we can. Yeah, and this is not an event that you repeat. So, I only have 2 heroes at 6 stars. Yeah, man, 7-star heroes. So, I mean, just the fact that you only needed, like, good guys to get up there at 7 stars is actually, like, not horrible. Here's the rest of that event, like I was saying. So it's just a few of the shards. So these are just crafting materials. So they're not the actual stones themselves. So like it's showing you, I'm going to be able to do both of these. So I'll be able to grind up and start purchasing some of the other stones. So stones are slowly starting to become accessible to more and more of the player base. It's going to make a big difference. I have pretty much farmed this thing clean out. So the next time it rolls around, I'm going to be having a bad time. Still don't have Zerg. I did all those. I love that it's always trying to tell me. I got all this stuff. Like, you click on this and it's like, I don't have any of these. I don't have any of these. I got no need for it. I got no need for it. No, we're not doing that. Get some of these challenges taken care of. That one hurt. And it's like not even like, I don't even really need to go for it because I have so many. I have like 1 point something million. I just can't. Like, I got 2 stars in this the very first time I did it, and then since then I haven't even come close. Like, I just haven't even come close. It is just the craziest thing. I feel like most of this is just really just like waiting around, right? I gotta go through and look at some of the characters I gotta get to gear 5. I made sure that I had my whole Frozen squad to 5, so he's at 5, 5, 5, 5. And now I'm working on the Incredibles at 5. I figured that was gonna be the next big thing. I don't know if Jasmine can do both of these. Do you think Jasmine's got both? I'm thinking when I combine one of these, I'm gonna lose the other one. What do you think? Oh yeah. And this one doesn't have anything. Yeah. You see that I had 1.38 million. Got a bunch of spells that are leveled over the top. Get one of these Sorcerer's Tournament battles out of the way. Let's see. A stone. I feel like we should be able to do all of these, but I'm going to go with this one. Kaboom, laddie. So this won't hit Jasmine, but it'll be okay. And everybody got evasion. Push attack down here. I just really don't like the catch-up mechanic on spells. It's almost like they put it in knowing that the Kingdom team was going to be so high up. That they were like, well, we got to do something about it. He's going to summon a troll. So I'll just have him attack. Hades is going to get charmed. Silence is brutal. Alright. Now we got a little bit of stuff going on. Speed everybody up. There goes Aladdin. Just make Kristoff just a monster. Just put everything on him. Just have him sit in the middle of the game, and have him do not just live his best tanking life, like his best tank life. I need to upgrade this. Need to get this dynamite upgraded here. That was unfortunate because that was a big evade right there. Snowball fight. Look at that assist. Assist for days, dude. Assist for days. Got him. Ooh, I've almost cracked in the top 300. Are we going to do it on the stream? We might. Might crack into it here. This keeps giving me gem offers. Oh, I didn't go all the way down on this one. I skipped over one because the time I only did 5. Those challenges have probably been, like, that's probably been the most frustrating part of the whole thing. It's like getting one where that you've one started or that you've two started and then trying to rinse and repeat the process and never being able to get there. Well, we've officially milked that event dry. Better be a worthwhile box. It'd be sweet if we got 10 Zergs. Oh gosh, only 2. Really moving up in the world. Trying to conserve my gold there. Just get one done. I'm gonna click reset like 3 times. Come on. The towers are really cool ideas. And I know that like they said that there's going to be something that's coming that's going to be really similar to them. And I really hope so because like once you get the towers done, it's not like you can go and redo them, and since you can't replay through the towers after having already beaten a tower, you can't even make a video like giving people advice. You just have to kind of think back like, how did I do this? Which I know, like, man, I don't know why I'm so tired today. I know, like, most of the people, their videos are really just, like, in some of the later towers, because that's, like, the ones that people struggled on. The rest of the towers, their prerequisites were fairly easy, and you just kind of, like, went through it and did it. But yeah, I could go ahead and wrap that guy up. I know because of the nature of this, I had to get my PvPs done for my daily, or for my club daily. Otherwise, they'd still be here for me to get done. I had to bang them out earlier. Just get this last one done here. All right. So not much left to do. Here in the grind, finish up some of these challenges, do another Sorcerer's Tournament battle, probably give it a little wrap here, and these videos will probably be like they'll probably fluctuate in excitement, right? To be honest, because in some of the weeks where like the teams like I make the next step over the edge, or you know we finally can unlock like a new thing to do. There'll obviously be a little bit more to do, and in some of the areas, like for instance, like we're really close to the final challenge here. So as everything starts to move up in that aspect, we'll be able to kind of keep pushing through that area. So let's try to get another one of these guys done. I really do think we'll be able to break the 300 barrier today on this stream, or not stream, video. Streaming is something that I've thought about. I just haven't been able to find like a decent time, and sometimes streaming this game is so hard, right? Sometimes it's a little bit easier because you get more people to engage with and just chat with, since a lot of these games like are just downtime. But I'm just focusing on building the community first. We'll build the community up and get people who are interested, and then after that, we can go forth. Because the last thing we want is to just be live streaming to like, you know, 2 or 3 people and not really getting anywhere. Alrighty. Speed seems pretty important here. Oh no, I was gonna say that I definitely felt like it was gonna be a speed down coming in, but oh, Sven, man. Sven. And I don't want you healing your team, so you're getting charmed. Are we gonna get pummeled by? Yeah, we are. Might lose Sven here. Oh my gosh. He's definitely going down, right? Oh, poor Sven. Alright. Might be able to keep him. Might be able to keep Sven here. Oh, no, buddy. We traded Sven for a troll. Reindeer are better than people, but they aren't better than trolls. Oof. We're gonna taunt again. We kind of have to. Let's eat him. Dude, that's just that's a big game right there. That back row's got a slow on it, man. Really? Like, I don't know why you're going after him. What did he do to you? Sure. Alright, I think he's dead off of this, so we can go after somebody else. And I don't think his flip is up. I could be wrong, though. Oh, I was totally wrong. He's gonna completely live. How very unfortunate. Oh, they both had it up? Wow, like just negating half of the dynamite. That's really unfortunate. Oh, look at that, man. Kaboom latte. Oh, wow. Sorry about that. We could have been doing this way faster. Smash him with the rocks. Dude, Raj is a monster. I just need Sven to stop dying. Alright, come on. Come on. Just touch up on... Oh, no, that's right. It just keeps tricking me. Let's take a look at our attack phase here. We're doing pretty good. I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on Wednesday of the recap for our Club Conquest here. Things are looking pretty good though at the moment, as everything kind of advances and moves forward here. I'm very excited for what's going on. Very excited. But yeah, there you have it. There you have it. Well, that's going to do it for us here on the Monday Morning Grind. That's going to take a little while, so I appreciate you guys sticking with us as we continue to bring you guys a wider variety of content from Disney Sorcerer's Arena. I am working on a video compiling all of the leadership skills in the game, and I will be breaking those down and delivering them to you really soon. I'm hoping this coming weekend. And I also got a brand new series. It's not Disney Sorcerer's Arena related. It is coming up very soon. So if you guys like what you see and you want to see new stuff, you want to see more stuff, you want to see different stuff, you want to see the same stuff, go ahead and ring that bell for me. Hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, check out some of the videos that we've got right here. That's going to do it for us. Ta-ta for now.